What's going on, guys? Miha here. So today I wanted to talk about a couple of different ways of freelancing and basically the differences between them and what's worked best for me in the past in my career as a creative professional, and what actually is the best way in freelance. What actually is the best way to freelance and basically to earn money, basically benefit the most from your skills that you have. Now, in my example, I started out as a graphic designer, then I started doing animations and UI and UX design for different applications. And I've worked throughout my career, I've worked for many different clients from all over the world. And I basically have some experience that I want to share with you guys about what worked for me and where I felt the most comfortable with the amount of money I was earning and the amount of work that I was delivering, and basically where my skills were the most useful to me and when they got me the most money actually, and the best, when I created the best project. So basically there are many different ways of freelancing. Some people use Upwork or Freelancer, some build their own client base, some get contacted by clients through if they have their portfolio of Behance or through their LinkedIn profile or stuff like that. So I won't go, so in this video I didn't want to go into client acquisition because I've explained that in a lot of my previous videos, but today I really wanted to talk about the best way of freelancing. So this works basically if you're any kind of like a creative professional or even a programmer. If you work, the first way is working on a project-to-project basis. This works that you actually get contacted by a client or you contact them through cold email. You get a job to do, basically maybe that's some website programming or you basically get a project that you have to deliver. You deliver that project, the customer is happy, you get paid, and that's it. Maybe they will contact you in the future when they need more work done, or they will refer you to their associates or their friends or something like that, and you might get a project from them. But basically the project is ended. You've delivered the work, they got what they needed, you got paid, you also have an awesome piece to put into your portfolio or in your resume, but that's it. The job is actually completed and you're done. So the hard side of this kind of freelancing is that you have to work on your marketing constantly. You have to be emailing your potential clients, you have to get in touch with people, you have to showcase your work everywhere to maybe get new projects, and this really takes a lot of work. And it can be really frustrating when maybe you finish the project and for a week or two you have nothing to do. You're just contacting clients and hoping that you will get the next project. And while this works, you really have to put. While this works, it really takes a lot of work from you also on the marketing side. So also another difference here is that once you get a project, you work on that project specifically, and the client, for example, has different needs. So for example, if I work on a project for a cryptocurrency startup, I create an animation for them, but when I get another project from a new client, I have to completely change my mindset to feed that client's needs, and that could be maybe an explainer video for an app for some self-driving cars or some stuff like that. And I really have to change my focus completely because it's a completely different area of work. So the thing is here that you have to be really versatile, you have to work on your marketing all the time. And it can be a bit frustrating from time to time, and it really takes a lot of your energy and of your focus. So you really have to decide if that's the way you want to work and if that's the way for you. Now, the other way of freelancing is basically working for a client or a couple of clients exclusively remotely, but through a longer period of time. So for example, it's not a job, like you don't go into their office and work there from 9 to 5 or something like that, but it's more like you're their remote go-to person for their graphic design needs or for their website programming needs or for stuff like that. This now found that this is a really good approach to freelancing because you're actually, if you have a contract with the client that you will work for them for the next year, you don't have to you don't really have to worry about your monthly income or where you will get the next project, because you already have a contract with that client and you'll be working with them for a year, for example, or for a couple of years. It all depends on the specifics. Now, the thing is that the amount of effort to get a long-term gig or to get a single project to do for a client is roughly the same. You have to get in touch with the client, send them your portfolio, and get them to work and get them interested to work with you. And that can be for a single project, like maybe for an animation or something like that. And once that project is completed, the client doesn't need you anymore. But the same amount of effort is needed to talk to a client, to maybe get a client who are looking for their creative director or somebody who will take care of their corporate identity and take care that their marketing materials are in sync with their corporate identity for the next year, for example, or for the next 2 years. So it's really interesting that getting a long-term gig, for example, working for a single client for a couple of months or maybe a year or even more, or getting like some little project to do from a client. Basically, if you look at how much marketing and how much of your effort it basically takes around the same amount of effort. Because when you're talking for a small project, you usually also have to have a Skype meeting, introduce yourself, show them your portfolio, but it's basically the same amount of time and effort if you want to do work for a client long term. So I really found that this is an awesome way to freelance or to do remote work, because it really makes marketing a lot easier. You don't have to do that much marketing, and you also can build a great business relationship with the person, with the client. So basically with the person. So I found that this is a really awesome way to work online, because you can work remotely for a steady paycheck or a steady salary every month, or maybe for a steady amount of money, but you still keep your freelance freedom. And there are a lot of awesome companies looking for people to work with them remotely, for freelancers from all kinds of areas like design, animation, UI, UX, creative directors, programmers, animators, and all of that kind of stuff. So I found that this is a really awesome way if you're looking for some more stability and if you're tired of working on your marketing all the time. This can really help you, because you basically have a bit more stable future, because you basically get a more stable future while still have the opportunity to work on other projects. If you want to take on more work, you can always get another client or work for 2 or 3 clients for a monthly retainer. So I found that this is a really awesome way to do it, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So I would really like to hear your thoughts and your experiences regarding freelancing in this way. If you have them, feel free to share them in the comments below, and we can talk about them a bit more. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel, and give it a like if you like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.